making his first appearance this morning. Oh, cool finish there from Razali. Langton looking for some space there. Finds Minkoko, who's not sure he can shoot from there, so he passes it over. Just tipped out. It's Malaysia. Mohamed Azwa over to Razali. Razali looping around, sends it in. And it's Nasri who loops it in once more. That's 3 points to his name. This current scoreline, 1-5 to Malaysia. The 3-on-3 action is fast and furious. 2 halves of 7 minutes. Malaysia calling a quick timeout there. Just while we wait, let's just take a quick look at the medal standings so far. Thailand still leading. Indonesia really just right behind them. Thailand on 60 gold medals. Indonesia on 58. Singapore managing 20 at the moment. Malaysia will be happy to know that they're just ahead of Singapore. There's always that causeway rivalry. Malaysia sitting 4th on the table, Singapore in 5th. Malaysia on 36 as we see play resume. 3 minutes left and 10 seconds on the shot clock. For Myanmar to inch closer, 5 seconds. Can he shoot from there? He's gonna try. Oh, close. Very close. Razali getting closer, setting himself up. Relax, they said, but not quite keeping the composure to sink it in. It's Minkoko. Another attempt there, but just falling short. Langton doing his best. Za'u tipping over and no one there to help him yet. As Malaysia make the attempt. 2 minutes left on the clock. Got a substitution coming in for Myanmar. As well, they're trying the looping shot. Myanmar reset to get the ball in as well. Min Twin. Minkoko attempting the shot, but not making it. As well, belting it down as fast as he can to the other side before the other players can get there. Back over to Nasri. And it's Mohamed Khairi who manages to sink it in. His strong Coco checking back in.
Coco Min, number 99, Myanmar, first personal foul.
Mohamed Khairi getting first points. Mien Twin not quite sinking in the shot. You see the presence of Mohamed Khairi, just so much bigger than the rest of his counterparts on court, as he sinks in another.
Dishes it in. Mohamed Khairul Osman.
Rebound there. The Malaysians will pick it up. Passing it on to Aswa. Aswa not quite in the right position, so sends it back. And over to Mohamed Khairi, who sinks it in again. And with that, he's just become Malaysia's top scorer for this match. Malaysia taking a strong lead here with 7 seconds left in this half. 1-9 at the moment. Oh, that would have been beautiful if Mien Twin had got that one in. But 1-9 is the score at the end of that first half between Myanmar and Malaysia. So, Myanmar not quite able to find their scoring abilities this morning. Maybe it's a little bit too early. But Malaysia have come out guns blazing. 9 points, most of them coming from Mohamed Khairi and Nazri. We were talking about the sheer presence of the number 4 for Malaysia. Looking at the classification system, he is ranked with 4 points, which means that he has a fair amount of torso control. He can move forward, lean, rotate, although there's still some difficulty in controlled movement due to lower limb limitations and balance. We'll take a look at those highlights. Nazri, also rather large, and a big presence on court. His ranking 1.5, which means that he doesn't actually have that much trunk control, but he is able to lean forward slightly, rotate a bit, which gives him the ability to swerve in and out using his body weight to throw it around there. So with Mohamed Khairi and Nazri, that's a total of 4 and 1.5 points, so that's 5.5, giving them an additional 3 points to work with Razali, who is considered and classified as a 3-pointer, meaning that he is able to fully rotate and lean. And you've got a great lineup. To the Khan court now, alongside Mohamed Azwar and Razali for Malaysia. Myanmar reverting back to their starting lineup of Mien Twin, Koko and Min Koko. If Malaysia win this match, they'll sneak ahead of Thailand in the standings. But then Thailand play Philippines next. If the Philippines win that match, then it's Malaysia and Philippines at the top. But Thailand not going to let that happen, trust me. They're going to come out a strong force. As Myanmar score their second point. Tossing it back in.
Number 10, Malaysia, Chua Tse Ka, second personal foul.
It's another one. Min Ko. Slotting it home for Myanmar. On Coco. And he tips it in for his first point of this match. .4-10 now, with just over 4.5 minutes to go in this match between Myanmar and Malaysia. Razali a little short.
Timeout,
Players being called back to the bench for a timeout. Malaysia, not quite as effective coming back into this second half. But you see the coach there still smiling, so can't be all that bad in the Malaysian camp.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be reminded that the Singapore Indoor Stadium is a smoke-free facility.
Once again, for those of you just joining us, welcome to the Singapore Indoor Stadium. We're still in the preliminary rounds at the moment for the men's wheelchair basketball 3-on-3 tournament. 2 final matches here before we head on through to the semi-finals. It'll largely be determined, I think, by the next match between Thailand and the Philippines. Malaysia are looking set to book themselves a spot in the semi-finals. The players coming back out on court. The atmosphere picking up nicely at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. .4-10. Min Ko sinks it in.
Nothing but net. It's Coco Mid.
Brilliant shot. Straight in, nicely looped in there. Okay. Mohamed Azwa to put the ball back in play. Looping it in for Zuka. Zuka, slick passing there between him and Razali. He gets it in, but it doesn't count. 5-10 now. As Min Ko attempts another loop-in shot, but doesn't make it in. Personal foul for charging with the ball.
Number 10, Malaysia, Chua Tse Ka, third personal foul.
That's 3 personal fouls now for Tsuka. Not looking good. 5 personal fouls, and they'll have to be substituted out. Shot clock goes out. But another personal foul.
Substitution, Myanmar on Min Win. Checks into the ball game.
Min Twin coming back in for Myanmar. There's Nangton
Number 6, Malaysia, Muhammad Azwar, first personal foul.
Langton misses that personal foul. Mien Tuan was supposed to wait before he came back in. He says sorry and all is good. He'll have to wait for the next play before he can go on in. Tsuka flips it into Mohammad Azwar. It's another point there for Malaysia, who seem to be running away with this one. Min Koko doesn't manage to sink that one in. Razali. Using his body to find a bit more space, he tries to send it back to Tsuka. Tsuka just can't quite reach it. And we've got the substitution there for Myanmar now. Mien Tuan coming in for Nangton.
Number 88, Myanmar, Coco Ong.
Also on Coco coming in. Mien Tuan, Ong and Min. Good defending there by Razali. Ah, another one sinked in.
Off the glass and
On Coco.
in.
Great shot there, just off the glass. Azwar attempting the next shot. And Coco with the fast break. Mien Tuan rights himself as Min Koko sinks in another shot. 7-11 as Myanmar managed to catch up to Malaysia. Malaysia have only managed 2 points in this half so far. Something is not going right. They're going to need to rectify that if they want to stay in the lead and earn themselves a spot in the semi-final. If Myanmar win this, they go ahead of Malaysia. Okay, another personal foul.
Coco Min, number 99, Myanmar, second personal foul.
Razali creating space for himself as he sets himself up, and the ball comes back out. Mien Tuan locked in there at the back. Passes it over to Ang Koko. Looking for space. 7-11 with 45 seconds on the clock. Shot clock runs out. 10 seconds. Azwar. Razali shoots and he scores. It's 7-12 now in favor of Malaysia. Malaysia trying to set themselves up again. Mohammad Azwar trying to find the space. They've got 10 seconds left, but the shot clock runs out first. 6 seconds. Malaysia wasting a little bit of time there, methinks. As Min Ko sends it long to try and get it, but it's intercepted by Malaysia. Zuka shoots, doesn't quite land it as the buzzer runs out. That's it. Malaysia have just won this one, and they are one step closer to booking a place in the semi-final. 7-12 then, the final score. A more successful second half for Myanmar. 6 points for them. Only 3 for Malaysia. Got a question, what went wrong? But for them, they'll just want to pace themselves. They'll be waiting to see if they can make it through to the semi-finals. Razali, good job there coming from the coach. Very good job from the Malaysians indeed. Mohamed Khairi coming in, not playing too long, but raking in the most number of points. Myanmar have had a good run in this competition, but they've now lost 3. (7-12) the final score then, as we see some fresh players coming out on court. It's the Thais that we see wheeling out now. Thailand versus the Philippines. That's going to be the next match as we just recap the best bits from the match between Myanmar and Malaysia. Mohamed Azwa, very effective throughout the entire match. The size of Mohamed Khairi helping him reach just a little bit more. Myanmar with one of their opening shots. Min Ko sinking it in. Mohamed Khairi again. But the Malaysians doing a great job there to secure the win. 7-12. They run out the winners of that match against Myanmar. The players will now warm up on court. It's Thailand versus Philippines here on day 3 of competition for wheelchair basketball. This is 3-on-3 action as we lead up to the semi-finals here today at the Singapore Indoor Stadium.